Hello? Hello? Yes, this is Tali, and today I'm going to be giving you advice, my non-professional advice, on various topics. So, I have a few questions, and there may be a part 2 on this. So, I'll be going through some of those, and there will be no names mentioned because it's anonymous. Thanks for calling. Okay, that means that the advice session is about to begin. Let's check out the fit first. This is a dress I got at Urban Planet. Just gonna show the full dress. It's very nice, pink tropical kind of vibe for the day. Okay, so let's get into the intro. Hi, I'm Tali, as you may already know, and I'm your host for the Just Joy podcast, where I talk about myself, my hobbies, and tips for self-improvement on my terms. So, if you're ready, then keep doing what you're doing. Let's sit down and relax, and let's talk about it. So, we'll be getting into advice and just some general questions. And hopefully you can learn a bit from this session. So, how do I level up and get more confidence? Well, that's a great question. I would probably start by saying exposure therapy is like number one, which is just trying to do things, just starting out and working your way up. So if you're doing something small, like let's say you're going to social gatherings, or you're trying to meet people at school, then that's like one small way to start with like socializing. But you can also do this in other areas like health, exercise, and learning. So if you're trying to gain some confidence in learning, figure out what subjects you want to learn. Maybe it's more about science or philosophy, or maybe you're into history, or you'd like to learn a language. And start from there, learning like some basics, videos, there's articles, podcasts, lots of things that could help with that. You could go to your local library, or if you're trying to learn about things like health, maybe you can look into healthy recipes you can make yourself. I would also say try to start the actions before you feel ready. So if you're feeling a little shaky and nervous to kind of start something, it's good to also try to start small, but it's good to do something so that you're not just thinking about, oh, what should I do, and wondering what your next steps are. So instead of overthinking things, try to take a small action is what I would suggest for confidence and just adulthood in general. Also, if you want to help with confidence, I think it's good to find out your style, like trying new things to wear, or it could be like new nail polish, trying makeup looks, or just putting in the time to do something that you love, whether that's like watching movies, going out with friends, maybe it's pottery or baking, or it could be jewelry making. There's lots of different hobbies and things you could do, which we'll get into a little later, and I could probably do a whole episode on possible hobbies and a lot of fun things that could help. And you get more confident as you repeat and try things. Also, affirmations are a big one and really important. So for affirmations, you could say things like, I am strong. I am helpful. I am generous. I'm caring. Or life is bringing ups and downs, but I'm grateful. Or you could say something like, I'm so successful in what I do. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, it's important that you start saying it to yourself so that your thoughts control your actions, your behavior, and the way that you speak, what you say. Now, on to our next question. How to make friends or meet my support circle? Well, I would say the first thing is kind of figure out like what your beliefs and what you think is important in a friendship so that you have those like boundaries and you know what you're going to tolerate and what you don't want to put up with or accept. And I think it's good to just go out, try to see different places, to meet different people that way. Some people try online, but sometimes it doesn't feel as connected and as interesting. And you could also plan to hang out once you meet new people, whether it's at school, at clubs. I recommend trying to go to activities that are available. Or you can also go for lunch if you don't know the person that well. Just get like coffee or something small. Or also you can meet your friends' friends. So there was kind of this event at a church member's son's graduation. So basically I got to meet someone there, and she actually kind of used to work as an ECA, like in the education field, which I also have experience working in. So that was kind of cool to find out. So yes, talk to your friends and kind of see if you can meet people that they know and grew up with, and that could help as well. Next question, number 3. What do I do if I feel depressed or like I've lost my spark or energy? I've been feeling that kind of lately and after graduating. And so something that I would say is to try to journal it out if you have a journal, which is kind of related to one of my past episodes on the truth about journaling. Or you could also talk it out. Some people try to like sing or play music. It just depends on what your outlet is and what you're interested in. Also, I suggest seeking therapy and getting professional help if you feel it's that serious. Also, it's good to go outside, so enjoy some sunlight and vitamin D. Some serotonin will do you some good. I also would recommend to do something that you really like and change your environment. It's good to also try something new, like if you've never done painting, maybe you can do like a portrait, or try to do a self-portrait and paint yourself, or you could paint the nature around you. That could also be fun. And getting back into hobbies is also important for when you feel kind of depressed and low, like nothing really matters, or you feel kind of anxious around doing simple things, or worried. Try to get back into old hobbies that you loved, like if you want to read your old favorite books, or maybe you want to scrapbook, or do something outside like soccer or basketball or baseball, or play a sport. That works too. Or maybe you can try roller skating and pick up a hobby like that. Another question I feel people wonder or ask a lot of times is, my boyfriend or my girlfriend broke up with me. I just got broken up with, so what should I do? Well, here's kind of my advice. I mean, I haven't dated before, but this is kind of some things I would suggest, and a few things that somebody that I know is kind of going through because she broke up with her boyfriend. So here's a few things that I would say. Do your best to go no contact with them. I know that can be difficult and a little annoying because you want to text them all the time, or you want to call them, or you want that closure to be like, hey, why didn't this work out? Or what could I have done better? Or maybe I still really love you. I want this to work. But sometimes you just kind of have to try to stop yourself from like reaching out and trying to force like something that's kind of already ended or fading away. Also, it's good to focus on you. And the other thing is there's important parts of your life as well, other than just the dating and the relationships. So just know that there's a time for everything as well. And you can also do solo things. Like you can do a lot more even if no one's around to hang out. That's okay. Sometimes it happens. But you can also go to like the movies alone or go to your favorite dinner place and get your favorite food. Maybe you can go plant or garden. You could also try to volunteer and help others. I feel like that's always a really nice thing to do, and it kind of helps you so that you're not just sitting around like really sad and like watching movies and like wondering, why me? Why did this happen? But you're kind of being a bit more productive and learning something new and gaining skills. You can also meet with friends more. I'm sure they'd be really excited to see you, and hopefully they can help you to like talk it out. You could journal, you could keep telling people how this is making you feel, what your experience has been. You could create or sing. It's good to also just let your feelings out and know that when you're kind of lost and like hurt, that it doesn't really last forever, and there's ups and downs. It's kind of like roller coasters. Sometimes you feel like it's the worst day and you can't get up and it's just really heavy, and other days it might feel like you're getting through and moving on and that you feel better about yourself. So just take it easy and try not to be hard on yourself. Another tip was to try and think about like the good and the bad, and after a while, after ruminating and reflecting, you could also find out kind of, okay, what was the wrong points? What were the warning signs or the areas where you didn't really feel that good about how certain things went? Maybe they were like lying, or maybe it was just you guys didn't have that much time or prioritize each other. So try to figure out kind of maybe what went wrong. This might be after weeks or after months. And just seeing what you would want to carry into your next relationship, or what you would want to exclude or cancel from your last relationship. You can also change your look. I mean, a lot of people, they change up what they wear or their hairstyle. They cut their hair, they dye it. I'm not saying you have to glow up after a breakup. That's not what I'm saying. Don't you can definitely experiment with fashion or try to do something new. But I also suggest don't overspend, don't overextend yourself, and just do what's within your budget, what's within your realistic bubble. So yeah, that's what I would have to say about that for breakups. And for this one, I'm in my 20s or 30s. I feel like I'm falling behind, and I've never had my first kiss help. So, this is definitely not a flaw on your part. It's not a problem with you. Everyone has their own pace, and it's best to be single than to be in the wrong relationship. So, that's what I would have to say, actually. And you also don't want to be in a situation that's like toxic or wrong for you if you rush into it. So kind of think about that too. And just know like there's a different season for everybody. And if you are so worthy of love, and if you are so lovable and kind, then there must be somebody else out there that's also like that lovable and kind and who will meet your standards and expectations. So also don't try to like limit, I guess, what you're looking for either, just to settle. It's important to go after what you're looking for. Also, you don't want to be like dating the person and then you're like quickly rushing things to be married, and then you realize you don't really know this person that well, that you kind of fight often and you aren't really that compatible, or that you try to change the other person, or they try to control you or change you, because that's not really that healthy in the end. It's also good that when you're single, you're learning to be patient and a lot of self-control. And you're also kind of like those slow burn romance novels or movies. So just know that it'll be worth the wait and that at the right time, it'll happen. And try not to think about like, oh, I'm losing time or I'm not as good as anyone else or not on the same level. Because everyone kind of has their path and it's okay to kind of feel different. But just know you're not excluded or left out because of that. So, how do I know if I should open up about personal issues, friend dramas, or relationship problems? That's a good question. So, I think a good sign is that if you can trust the person, like are they doing the same for you? Is it equal? Are you the one always sharing? Try not to overshare, and if you're really asking for advice, then hear the person out and don't just ignore like their views because you asked for the help. So try to kind of consider what they're saying and see if you can actually find a solution together with your friend or with your boyfriend or girlfriend and try to communicate to reach a solution. It's also good to know that the person giving the advice could ask you this and just say, hey, so you wanted my advice, should I listen or do you want me to share what I would do? Because sometimes you just need that clarity to clarify, okay, do you want to talk? Do you want to keep going? Or should I tell you what I would do and what my advice would be? Next question is, how do I know if a friendship is toxic or unhealthy? Now, this could be the case if you're talking to a friend about your problems. Well, you should talk to your friend about your problems and what you find is toxic or unhealthy. And if you find that that doesn't really work, maybe take a break, spend less time with them. Or if it's long term and it just isn't working, then it's time to cut it off and let it go. Here are some reasons you may want to let go that friend of yours, whether it's long term or short term. Oh my gosh, long term or short term. There we go. So, it could be because of life changes or because you just kind of changed as a person and you're not the same, you don't have as much in common. Could also be that they treated you poorly or they don't give you effort. So if it's one-sided, it's probably time to reconsider the relationship or the friendship. If it's selfish and everything has to go their way, that's another sign or a red flag. If the person's jealous when you do well, that's not really good either. If they cause drama or they're gossiping about drama, they might be doing the same to you. So just kind of consider that and think about if that's something you want to deal with. And if they often lie to you, then that's not really the basis of a good friendship. You should have a foundation of trust and being able to be honest. Also, if someone didn't really show up when it mattered, like at an important hangout, an event, a birthday, if someone they knew died, or during a breakup, this could just be emotional support down to them. But you want to make sure that you try to be there for them, you try to help them out and support. So I checked Reddit, actually, for some relationship problems, and we're going to see if they should stay in this kind of situation or if they should leave. And here's kind of my advice as to why. Okay, so I need urgent help. This is a female, 21. To give a little context, we have been dating for 2.5 years. When he met me, I was 19 and around 53 kilos. I was actually in really good shape, but even around that time, he would say to me how I could be better or fitter. Anyways, after 2 years, now I'm 21, I gained a bit of weight. Let's say I am 56 to 57 kilos. So it doesn't look like I'm obese or anything, but I do have a bit more fat, as you can tell a bit in my face, and I can tell when I put on pants. I would say I still look pretty, but of course I know I look better skinnier. So, I have been going to the gym and trying to eat healthy, but I am in my last semester of uni and I've been super stressed, so I only go to the gym 3 times. Today he told me that he was becoming less and less attracted to me, and that it's been a while and nothing changed, that I don't respect him, and that he can't stand that I have a double chin, and if by the end of the month nothing changes, he was thinking of letting me go, even though he loves my personality, la la la. Wow, that's really sad actually. He's not super ripped either, but he's fitter than me at the moment. He even said he was also going to lock in. I don't really know what to do. I understand he may have preferences. It says, personally, she wouldn't care if he gained a little bit of weight, and that in life we can fluctuate our weight. Am I being lazy? Is it truly me? Or should I consider leaving him? Well, girl, I think this is a go-away situation where you should consider leaving him, and that you should really just not accept this kind of behavior, because he's not being very respectful or caring, and it seems like he's being kind of controlling, because if it's for a health reason, then that's different, but it seems like he's not even really fully supporting you or really helping you to like work out together kindly, or just to like accept who you are, because it doesn't seem like you even gained that much weight in this situation. And no, it's not you being lazy or being not good enough. Maybe he just likes the skinnier girls and he's just kind of coming at you or just making fun of you. So I think you shouldn't be with someone that puts you down like that. You deserve more, and as one of the commenters said, drop him like a bad habit. Okay, the next scenario. I'm 25, I'm a female. Am I being ungrateful for my boyfriend, who is a 27-year-old male? I don't know why I'm writing this when I feel like I know, but some advice would be great. I turned 25 this morning and told my boyfriend months ago I wanted a cake for my birthday. I know this sounds crazy, but for my friends and family's birthdays, I always made them cakes with designs and whatever flavors they want. I'm pretty good at it, and it allows me to give them something with love. Last year, nobody got me a cake, and it seemed minor, but I felt left out, so I made sure to be clear that that's what I wanted. I even said, they make these cute heart-shaped cakes that would be perfect. Yesterday, I come home from a tattoo appointment, and he shows me this cake. It's a unicorn, cotton candy, mini cake from Walmart. Oh gosh. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but it's not like I'm 12. And it's been 4 years I've been with this man. I've never once liked cotton candy. Oh, so he's not even paying attention. Oh gosh. Okay. It says, if anything, I've told him a Powerade he likes that tastes like cotton candy. I hate it. I think he saw the disappointment. I tried to laugh it off. Then I see candles he bought, a 2 and a 4. Does he not even know how old I am? I think in that moment my heart broke. I think it's like saying to be known is to be loved. True. I actually wrote a Substack article on that. So yeah, I definitely know that that's true. If you are known and people know things about you, then it kind of goes to show they like care about you. So in that moment, her face kind of fell. She was like really sad about it. And yeah, it turned into her telling him it's okay, she wouldn't get that upset, and should she suck it up and be grateful? Or should she be justified in feeling disappointed? Well, I think, no, it's not ungrateful. I think it's just something basic that she wanted, and it's kind of sad that like he didn't even go through with the effort and help her out, support her with getting this heart-shaped cake that she wanted, which doesn't seem like it's even too hard to get. I don't know. But yeah, he didn't really show that much care. Plus, she told him in advance, So I feel like that's another red flag that he wasn't really paying attention. And getting your age wrong, that's not good either. Oh gosh. Wow. But yeah, it seems like he's losing interest. So I would say time to move along. Okay. And lastly, we have this kind of question which a lot of people are facing right now, which is, should I move in with my girlfriend or boyfriend? And if we aren't getting along when we're moved in, should we stay together? And also, if I move in with the person that I'm dating and it's easier, should we just make it work? Is it fine to move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Well, here's my perspective as a Christian and as someone that just feels like you should wait until marriage to move in. Here's what I would say. Moving in is a big step, and you kind of lose that independence in a sense, and sometimes the responsibilities fall on one person, like one person with paying a lot of the expenses, or one person doing a lot of the cooking and cleaning, and it can cause arguments sometimes. It also doesn't make you any happier or more in love, so really consider why you're moving in with this person, and if you're moving too fast, if it's only been a few weeks, or if you've really thought about it, and if it's been like months of knowing this person, or years. Plus, you don't really want to give like wife commitment if you're just dating and not in that serious relationship yet. You're kind of giving away that energy, and you could end up losing out because you might have to move out or lose money if you broke up. Also, I think that with this moving in scenario, that you may not have compatible like kind of living styles sometimes, and it could cause more harm than good, because one big problem or situation is that if you do move in, are you likely to still get married and kind of have that long-term commitment? Or do they just think, oh, I'll get away with anything, I can do what I want, we already live together, she already cooks and cleans, or he already brings in the money and has a good job, and he already is like in the same bed, we're already close. So maybe think about that. Alright, so those were some general questions, and if you have any questions, then make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is at Tali Bubbles, which is TALBUBBLES on YouTube. And make sure that you follow along on this Spotify podcast account for the Just Joy podcast. You can also follow on Instagram and share your own answers, or share your own questions that I will answer, or ask for advice. You can DM me, and the account for that is at justjoy.pod. That's JUST.POD. No spaces, no capitals. It'll also be in the description below. So, with that, without further ado, let's get to our quote. And this quote is brought to you by Michelle Obama, where she says, "There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish." And happy Friday, friends. So, I'll see you next time, and hopefully you enjoyed. And maybe your question might be featured next. Okay, bye.